Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Professor.
My agenda is completely full, and I was profiting the 3 minutes just to handle. Good afternoon, to all. It's a pleasure to be here. I regret not to be present like the other times because my agenda in 3 days was completely full. But I combined that I do my duties in order that I would be able to be here. I came back to my office just in some 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago to make myself a compliment to yourself. But first of all, let me say that it's very important for all to maintain, and we hope that this pandemic could be dealt with enough efficiency in order that we can find each other face to face in a brief occasion, like some years ago, because it's different. Anyway, let's profit what you have, and I think you have profits. Now and then I have made a brief introduction in some of the sessions, but it was 5 minutes to 10 minutes just to feel, to smell the taste or the meeting. But let me congratulate to be grateful to all the people involved in this Eurasian Politics and Society Conference. It's a pleasure to host it. First of all, let me compliment in particular Grandman Deg, the surgeon, Mana Monica Fonseca from the ISCTE, because in particular, because I was one of the founders of this institute some years ago, and that's always a pleasure to have some contact with this institute. That was my first for job in the university as a professor, not as a student. And Isabel Murray Samrak, that I heard the last words when some minutes ago of course, and Isabel Xavier, the colleagues of the home are always last to be congratulated. Thank you for all the effort and for this. Those who know me know very well that I don't like to make only this kind of speech, but I don't like also to deal with fields that I have no time to look after very closely, and in particular because I was not there inside. I cannot be in conditions to say, okay, I have taken some ideas from what we had said, because unfortunately I could not be here, unlike what I would like to do. Anyway, looking after the situation in the world, the political and the security situation, Eurasia, again, what is this? I was very interested in going to some, and I go to Encyclopedia Britannica now, the last version they because with me, and it was very interesting to see what they say. So that is Eurasia, the greatest land mass that Europe shares with Asia. There is a land mass, a land. I'm sure you are dealing more than with land, with institutions, with countries, with people, with associations. But on the same time, they consider Europe, for us Europeans, very important. Europe is the second. Let be very attentive to that. Europe is second smallest of the world continents. It's a peninsula of Eurasia, occupying nearly 1/15 of the world's total area. Of course, the importance of Europe is still bigger than this importance in area, but we are not sure that we can maintain this position, looking after what is going on. And when we see that things were, everyone said that the center of the business and the politics is being switched from Atlantic to Pacific, or now Indo-Pacific. It's a new version, Indo-Pacific. And I don't know, I don't enter in this question about Biden and Macron, and it's not the occasion to speak about that. But looking after the big theme, the big issues that were dealt well, I think the principal questions were addressed, because looking after this, the two real countries that are really Eurasian are Russia and Turkey. The others are European or Asia, even China. Then, if we consider Eurasia, and Eurasia, what they do, link Atlantic and Pacific. If there is a switch, if there is a switch, and now it is a switch, it's by air, by sea, by land. If it's by land, what is the role of Eurasia? In particular, the two big countries that are closed, that are in fact real Eurasian Asia. And I think we have, in my opinion, they have dealt with it. It's my own. It's why I regret not to be present, in order that I could make some ideas about that, because I have only this geographic feeling, and not so deep, profound economic, business, and mainly political and security issue to be able to deal with. I regret it, and I hope that you have done that. I hope to receive you again, and I pass word to my old colleagues. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks a lot for the interesting idea about Eurasia. If it is interception, that it should be in the middle of two countries, not the entire country. That's another perspective. And thank you for such a new perspective you presented us for the closing session. And I would like to give to word myself. So it's my turn. Okay, in the name of CESRAN International, I would like to thank first the audiences and participants. So it's normally start with the thanking to all these institutions to organizing committee, but I would like to thank first the audiences and participants, because they are the main reason we are here. And I don't think that will be such a IEPAS conference series if the people did not attend it and make us feel that we need to continue to organize this international conference. So I would like to thank first to audiences and the participants, and they are the first I think we need to thank. And then, of course, organizing committee and organizations that really spend too much time to organize such a successful event. So I would like to thank CESRAN International and OBSERVARE in ULA for all the hours they spent to come up with the program with this conference. And if you don't mind, I would like to give some names to emphasize their role in the conference. So namely, I am going to start with the Professor Özgür Tüvekçi. He is the Director General of CESRAN International. And if you don't mind, I would like to thank myself, as I am the Deputy Director of CESRAN International. Please don't consider it self-promotion. So I need to thank myself as well. So, and then the Professor Luis Tom and Professor Ana Isabel Xavier from OBSERVARE University, Autonomous University in Lisbon. And they are the co-organizer of this conference series. And it has been 3 years that we collaborated in this issue. And I really thank them to make it happen. And thirdly, our partner organizations, I would like to thank Dr. Cristina Diaz and Professor Murat Cemrek, representing our partners, Center for International Studies in Lisbon and the Necmettin Erbakan University, respectively. So lastly, if you don't mind, I would like to present my gratitude to of our interns. who managed the entire Zoom program. And it was really helpful that as soon as they realized that they kick off the intruders who tried to sabotage our meeting, and the one who kicked them out was Oğuzhan Çakır and Rukiye Aleyna Patan. These two brilliant students, they helped us to manage the Zoom program. So I would like to thank them as well. And each of our keynote speakers, some of them I think among us right now, and all the participants, I would like to thank them for their contributions and valuable times, because it's a 3-day conference and it's exhausting. So I have now completed the thanking section and would like to make an official manner, because as you can see from my face that I am really exhausted and tired of the conference. Actually, if you ask me, and I will say, okay, let's get over the conference. But on the other hand, I really feel enjoyed, amused, and entertained with the conference in terms of the academic level, in terms of the discussions that have been made during the panels, and all the keynote speakers, they are actually enlightening us about their expertise areas, and they make us understand a bit more about the global politics, regional politics, and Eurasian politics. And so it was really enjoying to listen to all the panels, because we don't have the parallel sessions for this conference. That's why it takes 3 days to cover all the panels, 10 panels, 5 keynote speeches, and the 2 book discussions, and I have been almost in each of them. So I am exhausted and amused at the same time. So thank you very much for all the factors and all the persons and individuals that have made me feel in that way. So I would like to finish my closing speech here, and we would like to give the word to Professor Diaz, or who is next, I don't remember, just let me, Professor Ana Isabel Xavier. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raman. Good afternoon, all. I'll be very brief in this closing session. Of course, I would like to start by saying thank you so much to our rector, Professor José Amado da Silva, because of all the support that UAL has always given to this event. It was 3 years ago when we invited UAL to support OBSERVARE in this joint venture with CESRAN. At the time, it was very ambitious, and we did it. We hosted almost 100 participants of all over the world in Lisbon in an on-person and in-person event. And then with the pandemics, we turned this IEPAS into a digital conference, an online conference. It was what we have made last year. And again, this year, I really hope that next year we can meet again in person and again in Lisbon. I'm pretty sure that UAL will keep supporting this idea to have a 3-day conference to discuss what is Eurasia, what are the main challenges of the Eurasian area. And today, with so many challenges in our international politics, besides, of course, Russia and Putin's legacy, what is in fact the main things that Eurasia every day can give us as researchers and as professors to actually study and keep researching on that. So thank you so much to UAL and to our rector, Professor José Amado da Silva, for all the support and for giving the opportunity to OBSERVARE to keep this research and events going, even in this online platform. But very important for us also to keep the momentum of research and teaching, and of course to keep this joint venture with CESRAN, with our dear friends. And of course, my second big thank must be given to Raman and to all the CESRAN team, also to Osgur, that was not possible to join us this year. But we want to give a big word of appreciation for all your work, and thank you for all your work in this initiative. My third word is for our partners, mainly our Portuguese partners, Centro de Estudos Internacionais. This was also an adventure in our partnership with CEI and with ISCTE, but it was always very, very welcomed by the director of CEI, Professor Luís Nuno Rodrigues, also involving other researchers to be moderators of these sessions, and of course to be part of this closing session as Ana Mónica Fonseca. So a special word also to Ana Mónica and to CEI ISCTE to be a very important partner to OBSERVARE, not only in IEPAS, but in a very broad range of initiatives that we keep cherishing every year. Almost to conclude, a word to, of course, to all the speakers, to all the moderators, also a special word to the moderators of OBSERVARE, to our professors that were part of this initiative, as General Luís Valesa Pinto, Luísa Godinho, and other colleagues that kept part in these 3 days initiative. Also our participants, our beloved students, we had some Portuguese students among us. I can see Joana Lopes, our PhD, that was also part of this last session, but I also had the privilege to see Paulo Santos and other foreign students of our international relations degree that kept their attention very closely in these 3 days, which is a proof that during our bachelor degree, we had the opportunity to make them enthusiastic of the Eurasian affairs. So it was with a great pleasure to see them as well in these 3 days of sessions of IEPAS 2021. So to all of you, thank you so much. We hope to see you again, hopefully in an in-person format, but I'm pretty sure that this year, the results, the discussions, the fruitful keynote speech, the book presentations, all the events that were produced in these 3 days were so enrichful that I'm pretty sure that even exhausted, as Roman said, we are very enthusiastic to start planning our next year of IEPAS 2022. And we hope it's the case to say, welcome all to Lisbon next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Xavier, and Ana Mónica Fonseca from the Center for International Studies in Lisbon. So could you please share your thoughts as a closing session speech?
Well, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, Haman. It's almost unfair or repetitive to be talking in 4th place, because obviously this is the time for the thank yous and for the acknowledgement of all the hard work that everybody involved had in putting of the Center for International Studies. I would obviously would like to express my gratitude to all the participants, the speakers, the moderators, the audience, the organizers who have come together here in this virtual reality from so very countries in very time zones, and that was definitely a challenge to organize such a complete and complex conference, this difference in time zones that we must respect and attend. And so I think it's again another year where this important conference has led us to learn and to share knowledge and to think about the major problems in Eurasian politics and society. I also want to join on behalf of the Center for International Studies, but also on my personal name. I had the opportunity to moderate a keynote speaker. I had the opportunity to moderate a panel this morning, and so it was very clear to me to see the challenging and fruitful debate that came from both sessions and the engagement that people have within this conference. So it's very good, and I would like, so as I said, to thank you all for the participation. Thank you, if I may, and to thank and to highlight the importance that the participation and the partnership that we have, both with CESRAN, but especially with Universidade Autónoma and OBSERVARE in particular. Like Anne-Isabel said, it's been a very wide and with multitude of dimensions, our partnership between Center for International Studies and OBSERVARE, between ISCTE and also IUL. And so we wish to continue this partnership. It has been very interesting and enriching, and I think it will continue as such. And I would like obviously to thank the organizing committee, the hard work you all had in putting together this conference, the staff, and like Haman said, the staff who was hosting the sessions and helping, especially I felt it in the case as being a moderator, so every time great support and great assistance, and it was very, very good to know that someone was taking care of this and the challenges. I must say that I have shared this on my Facebook, and it was blocked. The IEPAS conference announcement was blocked in my Facebook account. I really didn't know why. I tried to
it was because it is the Facebook rule, and they decided that if some URL, the internet connection, is shared more than 50 times, they are just blocking the sharing or ask money for the extra sharing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it's not about Eurasian policy, it's Facebook policy now.
Okay. But I thought, okay, come on, people are watching the content of this, but okay. Yeah, but it's very challenging to host online conferences with the bots and the undesired persons that always come up, and it was a challenge, and it was well dealt with, like Raman said. And finally, as Anna said, all I can say is that I really hope to see you all in Lisbon, in sunny Lisbon next year, that we have the chance to meet in person and to take these fruitful discussions and engaging environment to discuss Eurasia to the streets and outside, and that we can all be together instead of seeing you all in small squares in my screen. So I really hope that next year we will meet in person in Lisbon as well. But again, the highlight is that Center for International Studies is very happy with this partnership, and thanks everybody for the opportunity to take part on this. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. And next, our partner from Turkey, from Necmettin Erbakan University, Professor Murat Cemrek. He's the head of the Department of International Relations, and I would like to give the word to him to say something about the conference. Are you here, Professor Murat?
Yes, I'm here.
Cemrek? Yeah,
I'm here. I think I have talked a lot in the last session as the moderator. Explained in the beginning session, I really enjoyed to be part of this conference since its beginning. And yesterday I could not, unfortunately, attend my moderatorship. So it was an explanation with one of the vice rectors. We have been to Ankara to Higher Education Board regarding our departmental and also university issues to be solved. That's why I had to ask my colleague to get the moderatorship. Well, when you question why do we do these panels, all this stuff, and my simple answer is that we have a hope for our future, for our world. That's why we are trying to improve it as we can as social scientists. Well, especially regarding this vaccination issue, sometimes I question what we are doing as social scientists. Well, we are looking for the meaning of the life since the beginning of philosophy, and also this is what we could do and get a patent. But at least what you can do is that you can question. So all our effort is to improve the world through questioning and to develop a meaning what we are doing in this. So this kind of paths, all these conferences, all this congress are platforms to exchange our own views. So as much as we do it, and especially in specific concerns like Eurasia, so we can go one step further. This is why I do find all these efforts meaningful, fruitful at the very last instance. But also I have used this platform as an advertisement for our national congress for the graduate studies that would be held again in Konya and under the our university sponsorship and also the municipality, of course. And since the speaker before me has done the invitation for the 9th IEPAS Congress to Lisbon, hopefully physically, then I hope to welcome the audience and also if it makes sense for the organizers for the 10th to be again held in Konya, if we can do, or maybe they, since it was first held in Trabzon, again the 10th maybe held in Trabzon too, and also through this opportunity, I hope Özgür Hoca gets better since he got sick, and also I could not see him during the sessions, at least the ones I have attended. And so I really appreciate everyone's who has put down a great effort in order to organize all the events. But especially during the pandemic, probably in other countries too, but in Turkey for the teachers or the academic staff, since we have started doing our work mostly and online courses from home, then we were quoted and labeled as we are laying down in our homes on couch. So as it is not something like that, neither teaching, any academic effort, and also this is valid for the academic organizations or any organization at all. What we see is that there's a show on the floor, but there is a huge kitchen behind that in any organization. So I do appreciate, first of all, their zealous effort to handle up all these issues. And besides this, it is not just a short appetite to do that, because they are keeping it for the last 8 years. And also to find an international convention, and also I do sincerely appreciate our partners in Portugal, what they have done to be in this organizational effort, and that's why we are using the Portugal timing for the conferences, because yesterday we have mixed it up with the Turkish one. So that's why I need to pay attention to this facility too. And hopefully next year, inshallah, this pandemic will be over, or at least will be moderable, and we will use this opportunity to have it done in Lisbon. Thank you very much for everyone's effort. I do sincerely appreciate. And at the university level, since our rector is abroad and the other organizational staff is trying to handle the issues, that's why I have to be also representing the department in this context. And then let me give the word to Rahman Hoca. Thanks for all.
Thank you very much. Since all our organizing organizations and the partner institutions have said something about our IPAS conference series, and I think the conference itself well deserved all the words. Before ending the not only today but the whole conference, so I would like to make I would like to raise 2 points. One of them is publication opportunities. I think you already have received an email about opportunities, but I would like to remind you again that the DREST journal is the publication of CESRAN International, and the EJANUS is publication of the OBSERVARE IUL. So you can submit your full papers, full manuscript to these 2 journals. And we also have Political Reflection magazine. It's semi-academic magazine if you keep your presentation short, around 2,000 words. So that will be a suitable place to submit. And finally, I would like to invite you all to IPAS 2022. So in Lisbon with sunshine and with opportunity that we can get after the panels when we drink or eat something on the branch, and we keep talking about our panels. That's the most important point I think the conferences provide for the academicians, because we actually share our ideas in the breaks, not during the panels, because we start to understand each other gradually, so we come up with the point while we are eating or drinking. So next year, IPAS 2022 in Lisbon, I hope so, and see you in next year. So if you don't mind, you can just follow up our website and follow us in social media accounts. So stay alert, because as Ana Isabel Xavier said, we are going to start to make plans for the next year. Okay. Thank you very much.
I can assure you that we have good wine and good food, but I'm not assure you because I cannot. The sun is shining. It's probably, but I don't compromise with that. Okay.
Let's hope that. Okay. Thank you very much for everyone, for everything, and this is the end of IPAS 2021. See you in the next one. Bye. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Best for all.